You don't want the night to be spoiled, so I'll just talk. Pastor Sam, thank you for reminding us with a song, Just Ordinary People.
Amen.
Reminds me of, I don't want to say the year, when we were young boys entering the portals of BBSI, playing hard on the hard court of BBSI, sweating, missing. We would trade basketball for our dinner just to be able to play basketball. And indeed, we celebrate today Pastor Yuli's faithfulness, but we also celebrate God's faithfulness in his life.
Amen.
I mean, how ordinary we feel. I mean, we still feel ordinary today, but how from that humble beginning, God would entrust us with ministries in our own respective churches. Truly humbling. And so, what a great occasion for us to be in and to be a part of. My wife, Amy. Actually, I asked Amy, ikaw na lang magsalita. But what an opportunity for us to be able to be with you tonight, Pastor Yuli. Let me give you a couple of sections here in what I'm going to talk about tonight. First, I'd like to thank Ray and the team and the Global Harvest FFBC family for honoring Pastor Yuli and his family's ministry with such a beautiful rendition of your love and recognition of the service of the man of God. It is my prayer that God's favor will be upon you as you recognize. If you are here representing any other church and you have not honored your pastor yet, this is Clergy Month. You have another Sunday, last Sunday to do it, and I know the Lord will bless you in return. So Ray and the team and the Global Harvest family, really thank you very much for honoring the man of God that He has placed in your midst. To Pastor Yuli, a couple of things I'd like to share with you, and I'd like to thank God for. One is our friendship, and our friendship stretches when we were in our early 20s, actually late teens. Back in the seminary, and our friendship had been there for all these years. It has been a watershed for me, for Amy, and I guess for all of us pastors here during our difficult times to be able to have somebody who's willing to listen to us, and we all do because we know where we came from. So friendship is a beautiful thing that we treasure with you. Pastor Jerry and I every now and then would tell, whenever Pastor Yuli has a guest, and we would invite him and ask or ask somebody to preach to his church, but he said that I've not been preaching, and we would say our brother is the chairman or the what do you call this, the secretary of the Department of Tourism. He just welcomes everyone in his house. He has time for everyone. So we thank God for you, for your availability and willingness. And let me just pull this up. We know how beautiful to have friends in the ministry, right? Paul, towards the end of the book of, Romans and the book of Colossians, where he penned the names of those people who he calls his friends in the gospel. And Pastor Yuli, Pastor Jerry, Pastor Sam, Tim, Roger, and everyone here who's involved in the full-time ministry, thank God for our friendship, and we're friends in the gospel. There are times when it's difficult, but we thank God for men and women who would stand by us. People would turn their backs on us. People will betray us. People will seem awesome and beautiful when we're talking to them, but when we turn around, it's a different scenario. It's a different words coming out of their mouth. But these men have always been there. So, and Pastor Yuli, you lead the pack of such ministers. So we thank God for that. Second, in the time when tenure in the church is reduced, Charles has mentioned this, to 3 years. Actually, in the U.S., the tenure of a pastor in a specific church is only 2 to 3 years. Thereafter, they move to another location. So many factors with this. They retire. Others just get tired of the ministry, and they said, you know what, too much for me. I'm quitting. I would rather work at Home Depot or somewhere else. But you know, Pastor Yuli have set an example of ability to stick it out. Our former president, Dr. Leones, put these words together coming from stick and ability. And it's not in the dictionary, but he says stick ability. And thank you for being faithful unto the Lord. I don't want to remove the limelight from you, but Pastor Yuli, you would not be here without Ate Baby. And, members of the respective churches, hear me well. Many times, pastors' wives are forgotten. Because we're the ones standing every Sunday. Man, we're all dressed up. Pastor Fred sang a song about the Filipino Barong Tagalog. I don't wear Barong Tagalog right now because in his song, you get killed. So, but no, that's a joke. Okay, but going back to Ate Baby, I know your source of support to Pastor Yuli. Thank you for being there. Like most of us pastors, we're able to tell our wives what we cannot tell even to our closest deacon friend. But you've been there, or friends. But Ate Baby, thank you for being there. The reason why Pastor Yuli is here is because you stick it out and have been a great source of support. Brothers and sisters in our own respective churches, we thank God for our pastors. We thank God for Pastor Yuli and the like. But let's not forget, the wives are there to support them. So, and show the love to Ate Baby as well. So, Ate Baby, thank you very much. Sige na Yuli, parang ayaw pa eh. Alright. Well, may the Lord bless you and use you, continue to use you. May your love for Jesus and the souls burn fervently as you continue to get to know Him more. And as you continue to fulfill the calling He has called you. And in the end, I trust that with Paul, you, I, and all of us pastors here and everyone here would be able to say, I have run the race, I have finished the course. May God be glorified. Thank you, bro.